my name is Filipa and welcome to my channel, Awkward the Talk, where I give parents the tools, skills and knowledge to answer the very awkward sexual education questions that kids got for you. Today's topic is how to talk about menstruation, the period. So first of all, I'd like to remind you that children who menstruate are still children. They don't become grown women overnight just because they have their period, and it is an unreasonable thing to say that, you know, now that you have the period you've become a woman. There's much more to a woman than having a period. And the way we talk about the period with kids can cause some serious damage to their to the development of their sexuality. There is no point in telling children that they're going to suffer horrible cramps and that it's a very painful process, and you know, all these things that may not be true. It is important to highlight that the period is a sign that the body is working and functioning well, and it is healthy. So let's try not to be so negative about the period. Also to give a full understanding to the child when they do get the period. So when you're answering your kids' questions, it's important to build a dialogue that is part of their life, and not just some awkward conversation that you sit your child down and you're like, well, it has come a time to tell you that you bleed from your vagina. That is not a very helpful conversation for anyone. So it is important that your child understands that growth is a continuous process, and that their body will change, that it changes every day. And it will continue to change through puberty. Then you want to talk about the changes in puberty, girls, their hips widen, they develop breasts, pubic hair, hair under their armpits, and you can talk about the pimples and how they come and they're a little bit annoying, but then they go away. So let's keep the conversation positive and light when it comes to talking about body changes, because they can be overwhelming. One of the things you can do is you can say something like, the body is always changing. It changes every day, but we don't notice it. We only notice it, you know, from time to time when certain things happen. So what you can do here is you can show pictures of yourself when you were your kid's age, and you know, the pictures that came after, for them to see that, you know, you were also a kid and your body changed, and you know, all the phases that you went through. It is one of the very important things about mindful education is that you create a bond with your child that is based on trust, love, and good communication. And this is done by creating relatability. So a lot of the times kids and then teenagers feel like they're misunderstood and that their parents don't get them. And it is a lot easier if you're able to establish with them a dialogue that says, that shows that you have been there. Not you have been there so you know better, but you have been there so you understand how they feel. So also kids like to engage in these topics from a personal point of view. So when you're talking about body changes, you can show them pictures of what they looked like when they were very small, and you know, every month until they were 1 year old, and then late, you know, all the little phases when their teeth fell off, and you know, all these little things that shows that the body is continuously changing, and that is okay. So this is a way of talking about you know, development and engaging the child in this process that is not just some abstract idea of the body changing. Um, what else can we do? If you show them these pictures, what you can do also is you can ask, whether it's your pictures or the pictures of the child, you can ask where they see the changes, like how where do they see the changes in growth, if if it's a baby, if you have those books that say what age they started, what was their first word, when they started talking, when they started crawling, when they started walking. These are little fun facts of kids' biography that they're very happy to receive. So when it comes to talking about the period, you want to have that conversation quite early. You don't have to have many details of the blood lining in the uterus, that how it comes out of the vagina. It doesn't have to be like that from the beginning. But if your kid finds you using a pad or needing a pad, that is a good idea, good moment to engage in this conversation about the period. One of the things you want to make sure that you make clear in that first conversation is that you are okay, and that it is normal to have the period, and that it doesn't hurt. A lot of kids who find their mothers changing their pads, for example, and see the blood, then think their mother's gonna die, or that she's injured. And you really want to take away all these negative connotations that come with blood, right? So you when you engage in this conversation with your daughter, for example, you want to talk them through the many changes that will happen to their body, where they will start to grow breasts, and there will be hair that grows in their on their genitals, in their armpits, and that one day they will menstruate. And explain that sort of menstruation is the blood that is in the uterus that comes out of through the vagina every month, and that to collect the blood, there's all these products like the menstrual cup, tampons, pads, reusable pads, period underwear. There's so many things now that you can show them, and depending on the age of the girl, you can even let her use a pad for a day to see how it feels. There's nothing wrong with that. And all of these signs are that all these signs mean that the body is healthy, and that and the other thing to make clear is that other changes will happen until we grow old, and you end that conversation with asking if there's anything else that they want to know about growing up, or if they have any questions for you and how you felt when you were growing up. So this is an easy way to engage in conversation about the period.